Hello everybody, it's Final Rich here. I'm going to show some VCLT and I'm going to show my Pink Floyd albums because recently NicoMalcolm, he showed his Pipers at the Gates of Dawn, and he was talking about what press and what issue it is and whatnot, so I thought I would show mine. First though, I'm going to show this record here. And the Dark Stuff showed this album. I'll show this in my next vinyl finds. But I'm just wondering, can anybody guess what this is an illustration of? Okay, let's start with the VCLT. First off is Richard Riley. He sent me a couple of things. First one is Beth Heart. And on here it says, "I'm Beth's promotion director." Yeah, I know he's talked about her, and he's also sent this to other people. She's got a really sultry, sexy voice, really kind of jazzy. She looks pretty sultry too. Really cool album. The first song starts off with a really piano-driven jazz, man, and I thought the whole album was going to be like that, but it isn't necessarily. Really, I dig this album. It isn't something I would have picked up. So I thank Richard Riley. It's a really classy album, and it was sent by a really classy guy, Richard Riley. Thanks a lot. And he did send a couple other things. This note here says, "I saw this record, I just had to have it. I had only one person in mind, Rich." And the record is the Ritchie Family. It's a 79, it's a disco. It's got these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 5 gay guys with these 3 black ladies. This guy even has she's got a dog chain. And the reason I say they're gay is because this is the 70s. These dudes all have mustaches. All but one. Mustaches, and pretty gay thing back in the 70s. I guess I shouldn't stereotype it. The Ritchie Family, it's pretty, I got a kick out of this. And one more he got me. He goes, "I had to include one record you might listen to." And it's the Splatter Cats, 1986, New York punk rock band. I'm going to leave it. He's got it in one of these sleeves. And I hate it when people open their sleeves and then they put the records back. I mean, come on, folks. But yeah, Splatter Cats, really cool. And to just illustrate that I will listen to this, I do have a Splatter Cats. I have one of their other albums. I believe this might be their first. But regardless, just to let you know, yeah, you were right on. Thank you, Richard. Next person to sent me some VCLT was Vinyl Hysteria, the Wimps. One of the gals from this band, she was in that off-side project, Butts. And I really got a kick out of that album. So, Vinyl Hysteria thought I would like this. I do dig this, but I just like the rawness of Butts more. But yeah, this is pretty cool. She got a song called Couches, Dump. And I didn't realize, I did show this real quick in a video before, but I didn't realize at the time how creepy this guy is. Gee, money, that's a creepy cover, dude. And it's got an insert, I'll show it. Oh yeah, here's the band. And I'm assuming she's the one in Butts. Really got a cool sense of humor. I dig it. And the last person that sent me some VCLT was Martin Parrott. And he sent me a single, 7-inch, Iggy and the Stooges, Untitled. This record is free with issue 5 of Spiral Scratch magazine. Very cool. He sent me a 12-inch Red Cross Visionary. I do not have this 10-inch, I mean. I do not have this 10-inch. Very cool. I do have a similar one, though. Hold on one sec. Here it is. I do have this 10-inch. Lady in the front row. Kind of similar. I thought it was the same, but I don't think it is. You know, it's a little different. And very cool. I dig. This is from one of their best albums. And he also sent me a CD, which I found kind of interesting. Apparently Martin thinks I need to be saved, I guess. It's a very religious CD. It's very interesting music. It's kind of weird stuff, but it's really out there, in your face. Religion. And it's a little too, I mean, I don't mind Christian music, but I like it to be a little subtle. Okay, now I'm going to show my Pink Floyd albums. And I'm doing this because recently NicoMalcolm scored A Piper at the Gates of Dawn. And he was talking about what issue and what pressings. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Cheers, everybody. I don't know what's up with the unicorns on the Dr. Pepper. There's probably a reason. From what I gathered, I went to Pink Floyd archives. NicoMalcolm suggested doing that over Discogs, because Discogs does have a lot of errors. And from the best I can gather, this is a first issue from Israel from 1967. It looks like the record was actually pressed in the UK though. And this is what the labels look like. This is Columbia. I mean, I don't think this is a first pressing, but it's apparently a first issue in Israel. Now I only have 3 more other Pink Floyd. I don't have a vast collection of Pink Floyd. My other one is Uma Guma. This is a 6th issue, US, and this album's okay. It has some really good parts, but it's got some other sound effects. In fact, this album reminds me of a story by the singer of The Business. It was he's in that, I think it's from the movie UKDK. They were like a skinhead band from the early 80s. They were from that Oi era. And he said he walked into the bedroom and his brother was listening to a record. And he goes, it was bloody birds twerping. He goes, what the bloody hell are you listening to? And there's about a minute, there's more than a minute of birds twerping on this damn thing. My next one is Relics. I dig this album a lot. It's got the early singles, See Emily Play, Arnold Lane, and some other stuff. I think this came out in 71 or 2. This is a German, and it's the 2nd issue. And my last Pink Floyd is Obscured by Clouds. This is one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums. It's the one right before Dark Side of the Moon. And you can hear traces of Dark Side of the Moon on it. It starts off with this great instrumental song. I guess it's called Obscured by Clouds. And I think it's one of the best starts of any Pink Floyd album there is. The second song is an instrumental, but it really doesn't go anywhere. It's just this one groove, and that's all it does. But yeah, there's some really great songs on this. I dig this album a lot. I mean, I would like to get Metal, Dark Side of the Moon, and Wish You Were Here, and probably Animals. I would like to get those 4 Pink Floyds. But anyways, can you guess what this is an illustration of? I'll let you know in my next video. Take care, guys and gals. And thank you for all those that nice VC.